Here on Matt Zone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association, I'm joined today by men's head soccer coach Tom Martin. Coach, you've had a day or two to look at the video from this past weekend. Having time to take a step back, what do you see?
Well, I saw two games where we didn't play to our potential, but at the same time, I saw a lot of good things. You know, we're a work in progress right now as a team, blending some older guys with some newer guys, and trying to get the chemistry right on the field that we have off the field. But we played very well the first night, territorially, possession-wise, statistics-wise. We couldn't find the net at the right time, and we lost a close game. The second night, we didn't play well. We dug ourselves a hole and gave up an early goal as well, and had to come from behind. But what I saw was, statistically, we got more chances than the other team. We got more penetrations in the attacking third. We didn't capitalize on them, and the longer that goes on in the game of soccer, the more it builds and it becomes a negative for you. At the same time, I saw some good new players, some good young players step up, and I was really pleased with the possession that we had in both games, the territorial possession that we had. We just have to learn from our mistakes, because at the college level now, some of these kids have to get used to the fact that the mistakes that you may have made at a lower level, you can compensate for. At the college level, a good team fries you for them, and it's exactly what happened last weekend to us.
You mentioned some of those new players. One of them, the coaching staff was very high on, Francisco Narbonne. Thoughts on what he did so well this weekend that really made him stand out?
Tito's a good player, and he was our number one recruit last year, and he chose to go and stay home for a year and defer his admission to play with the under-20 national team in Panama. And Tito, as he's known, is a very good, simple player, which is hard to find. Many players think that the more complicated you make the game and the more touches you take on the ball really shows your worth and your skill. Tito is one of those, in my opinion, an old-school player who the simpler the game can be kept, the better it can be played. And he stepped into a role for us in a deep midfield role and just anchored it very, very well. His distribution, his possession rate was decent. He guards our back door with the two center backs behind him. Just keeping the game very, very simple. And he's only been here a week, 10 days. You know, it's not like he knows all the other players yet. That's part of that work in progress thing, blended in some of the new players. I would single Tito out as playing well. Joe Viner did well. Joe got himself in goal-scoring positions numerous times, and although he didn't finish, that's the first part of that equation. You have to be in the right place, and then you have to keep your composure and your patience and finish him off. I thought Joe did well. I thought Stephen Mashinsky did very well. For being sick, Stephen, it was noticeable when Stephen wasn't on the field for us, and then he got a nice goal against Albany. I would think those guys stuck out. Again, it's hard in a game like ours to identify key people. I thought the first game, Kyle Morton did very well. Had a couple really nice saves at critical times when we were chasing the game. But all in all, we got some things that are very positive we can take from both games.
Yeah, Kyle, I remember at one point with about 15 minutes left, made a big save to keep it 1-0.
Well, I did, and we were chasing the game. We had changed our shape. We sent more people forward by design, and you always have the danger of getting caught on the break. And it happened to us, and Kyle kept us in the game with some good saves.
Mm-hmm. Moving forward this week, you got a game on the road at UNC Greensboro this Friday night. Mm-hmm. Come home Monday night, 5 o'clock, back at University Park against nationally ranked team in Penn State.
Yeah, the schedule doesn't get any easier, but again, we know that going in. Greensboro will be very good. Big field, good team. They beat us last year, and we had a more experienced team last year. They'll be very quick. They'll be very explosive, and they'll be a very rugged, physical type team. They're a very emotional team. That'll be a tough game for us, and especially because it's on the road. Penn State's Penn State. You know, if you can't get motivated for that game, you shouldn't dress, in my opinion. They're always a top 20, top 15 team, well-coached, good team, good guys. It's the whole package. And hopefully we won't be looking forward to them. You know, in the college game, people don't realize anymore that everybody can play. Every game is a game. There's so much parity in Division I college soccer that you can't look by 2 or 3 opponents for the big name on your school, because they're all big names in essence, and we're going to have to bring our A game both times out to be competitive.
Well, as we said, the Dukes take on UNC Greensboro this Friday night at 7 o'clock down in Greensboro, North Carolina. They'll return home on Monday night at 5 o'clock, take on Penn State. Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.